Good Monday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Red Watke Park here in Girard, Kansas. Girard High School baseball softball complex. A gorgeous day here in Girard. We're a little behind schedule, actually about right on time, but they played a half inning already here in Girard. Got started just a hair early, and a 3 up, 3 down for the Trojans. Nobody on, and they put them away. So now the Trojan softball team will go to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning here at home against the Frontenac Raiders. A highly anticipated matchup between two of the perennial powers in Southeast Kansas, the state of Kansas, multiple state championship appearances. Frontenac Raiders defending 3A state champions in this season as well, and kind of keeping it rolling, and it all starts and stops with their pitching dominance that they've had, and that's who the Trojans will get to face here in the bottom of the first inning. We are just a hair behind, so we'll let you enjoy some of this as we get ourselves sorted here in this softball doubleheader. We'll be here for the duration here this evening as we bring this to you. Set up in the outfield, just kind of changed our perspective just a little bit, trying something a little bit new, get all the fencing out of the way. It's different, certainly, and just like that, one away for the Trojans. I did manage to scrounge up a lineup for the Trojans. Sarah Goebel going to be the number 2 spot. She'll be facing off here. First pitch strike. This one hit deep. That's the flaw in our little system we have here. We have yet to overcome. We'll get her sorted out by the time this is all said and done, however. And 2 outs for the Trojans. Imagine this will be pretty efficient softball and pretty quick moving. Certainly in the early going as everybody tries to figure things out. Emmeline Seneca, the number 3 hitter, the catcher as well. Two outs, nobody on for the Trojans here in the bottom of the first inning. Raiders came up, similar outcome for the first 2 batters, not able to get anybody on, and they'll be Trojans just trying to get Syndicate on the base paths here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. This one into the foul territory on the third base line. Windy a little bit, but it's not as bad as it's been here lately. Certainly that's played havoc on the spring sports season. Luckily for the Trojans, they don't have to contend quite as much with any of the issues, and a standing strikeout there to Syndicate. So 3 up, 3 down for both sides in the first inning. We head to the second. No score here from Girard, the Raiders and the Trojans today on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Crocan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crocan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crocan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crocan.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings, leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Back out here, Girard High School. Let's head to the second inning for the Frontenac Raiders. The number 4 hitter for them. Still waiting to get a lineup for the Raiders. That is not going to work, likely. Eleanor Reek, the pitcher for the Trojans, dealing for them. Reek, the senior, in the circle for Girard. Bring it to the count, full count for Hattie Pyle. The number 4 hitter for the Raiders. Here in the top of the second inning, no score thus far. Nobody's had a base runner yet as well. Reek to deliver on the 3-2. Over to first, not able to get it. Pyle will stand on first. The overthrow, or kind of an underthrow, just missing Syndicate there from third. So 1 on with nobody out. For the Raiders, Annie Lee to take the plate with the batter on, nobody out. First pitch strike right down the middle for Reek. It's been ahead in the count for the first 5 batters. And Pyle, that was going to be a close one at first regardless had it been caught, but give him a chance. They got the runner at first, back over to second. So they do move the runner over with 1 out for the Raiders. Brings up Frontenac's number 11, Caitlin Hayslip. Returning so much, a good core with maybe one exception for the Raiders from that state championship team from a year ago. So you're dealing with a pretty good squad here in the Raiders. Trojans so far holding their own here, and they're really going to this one. 1 out, 1 on second. As Pyle sits on second, the bunt to try to move her over was effective, and now Raiders will try to move her over 1 more. Strike down the middle once again. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Pyle make him think about it a little bit out here on the base paths. Can I? If you find a lineup for Frontenac, I got Girard's, but if you find a lineup for Frontenac and send somebody out here, that'd be awesome. It's not a big deal. I'll make it through here in a little bit. But making it work for it here in this second inning with 1 out and 1 on for the Raiders. This one ripped down the third baseline and foul. Long at bat here from Hayslip. Wind blowing in on the field today. It'll be tough to get one out here. It's a good thing because I got cameras taped all along the top rail of the outfit fence. that wind kind of coming right behind us. Kind of hear that pretty substantially. There's a hit over here. Over to first. Go over to third. They do get the runner over to third, but the out at first puts 2 away with runner on third for the Raiders. So 2 out with 1 on third. As Reek delivers. For the Raiders, up number 25, Matty Call. Third baseman for the Raiders. Just missed outside, ball 1. Over to first, and they will get out of the jam with Pyle getting on base and making them work for it out in the base pass, but the Trojans keep it scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second. It's Trojans Raiders today on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Deep fly ball to left field, 1 away for the Trojans. As Trojans, Liam McGowan, long fly ball to start this one. Reek at the plate for the Trojans. 1 out. Nobody on here in the bottom of the second inning for the Trojans. Pop foul right into the middle. Reek gonna have to battle this one out and just bounce it out. Nice job. That was kind of a little blooper right back to the pitcher and kind of got her spun around. Just found about the only spot in the infield where it'd be tough for anybody to get to, and that's exactly what happened. So Reek on. Little pinch run for the pitcher. As for the Trojans, coming out on the base pass is Lindsey Bryant. They make that substitution. So 1 on with 1 out for the Trojans now here in the bottom of the second inning. Deep, high pop up fly ball. Down the first baseline, going to be caught, and the runner will stay, and 2 away. It's a little coaching to the bench for the Trojans. Bailey Troicke, who just popped out. Runner goes. And got her. Chance on a stolen base there with 2 outs. It ends up being the way this one ends. We head to the third inning. No score here in Girard. The Trojans and the Raiders today on your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live, presented by Crockett.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209. Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Raiders begin this third inning, still 0-0 here in this third. Quick moving one. Moving so quickly that it's moving quicker than we are. That's the problem. That is a problem. So for the Raiders to lead off this third inning, Avery Johnson, he'll throw down to first, and 1 away. Good looking there, high fives all around to Reed, who's dealt a pretty good one so far through 2 1/3. Now up for the Raiders. First pitch outside is number 11. I believe it's 11. Can't tell. I don't think that's 11. Hey, what's up? That'll work.
Jades.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Number of position.
Perfect. You're the man. Thank you. This is Tenali Sullivan actually at the plate, number 17, not number 11. Tinley Sullivan. 1 out, nobody on in the top of this third inning. Swing and a miss, got her swinging, and 2 away. Beautiful day for some softball out here. About due. These kids have already battled through some wind and rain and poor temperatures is what it is in this time of the year, but today we will bask in it just a little bit. Trying to do that slap hit to get on base here for Frontenac. In 2 outs, nobody on. Reek still dealing inside the circle. Flat back over to first. Quickly picked up, not able to get over there. Kind of a slow roller. And the second baseman not able to get up to make that play in time. Mia Brown reaches. And that brings up Abby Beeman. Number 3 hitter. It was Annie Lee actually had just reached base. Thank you to Mr. Schwartz hooking me up with a batting lineup for the Raiders. This one hit back. Over to first and retire the side. So they've been in a couple jams, had some base runners, but the Trojans have been able to get out of it. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 0-0 here in Girard on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Bottom of the 2nd inning for the Trojans and the Raiders. No score thus far in what we expected to be a good one. Could be some high drama in this one here today between these two teams. The rivalry, certainly nobody, a little love loss here, and just the dominance between these two squads over the years. I mean, it's championships, conference championships, state championships have run through one of these two programs here over the last few years. Sam Baruchin, the number 7 hitter for the Trojans. Third baseman as well. Missed ball high. Frontenac's Avery Johnson, the pitcher, and a good one. Probably one of the best pitchers in the state of Kansas, stealing, led them to a state title a year ago. That one just too fast over the top of Baruchin's attempt. 2-2 the count. For the third baseman, Baruchin. This one flared into right field and snagged by the second baseman. Annie Lee, a heck of a play there. And one away. Brings up for the Trojans the number 8 spot. Thank you. Good job. Brings up Riley Brooks, the junior. Center fielder. First pitch ball high outside. 1-0. Welcome in Gage Davenport, running camera for us here in the outfield. Able to scrounge up a camera operator. My setup was going to be perfect, but I didn't need a camera operator. Then I got here and, well, even this old dog learns a trick or learns a lesson here or there. Over to first. A little behind on that one, and 2 away. Two outs and nobody on here in a no-score affair in Girard. For the Trojans, number 9 hitter, Hannah Bailey, second baseman. First pitch, strike. This one high and got her to chase it upstairs. Strike 2. 0-2 the count to Bailey. Head back to the top of the order for the Trojans. This one fouled back. Count will remain 0-2. Aaron Anderson, Sarah Goebel, and Emmeline Syndicate, 1-2-3. If we're able to get out of this 0-2 start to this at-bat for Bailey. There's the 0-2. Another foul back out of play. Making Johnson work for it a little bit. Been a pretty efficient game for both pitchers. Have very few base runners. I think each team's had one. This one missed, ball low inside. 1-2 the count. For Hannah Bailey. Back over to first. And we are headed to the 4th inning for the Raiders and the Trojans right here on Girard Sports Live.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
To buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Head to the 4th inning. In this one, scoreless still. It's been a pitcher's duel that we expected. Beeman for the Raiders at the plate. Number 3 hitter, center fielder, Abby Beeman. Batting left. And a little bobble there at second from Bailey. Able to let Beeman reach base, and so a little bit of an error, a mishandle there by the Trojans, giving them a first base runner with nobody out of this game. Reek's done her part. She'll bunt. Back over to second. Call time that he get the runner out on the lead runner for Hattie Pyle. That'll bring up the number 5 hitter rather. Shortstop Mia Brown. So 1 out, 1 on. They do move the runner over to second. Beeman stands on second. One out, 1 on in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch right down the barrel from Reek. So hit over to third base. Look over to first. Now they go back over to third. Nearly get it, but they missed them both. So runner able to get to first base. And then they move Beeman over to second. And Brown able to get the single. Fielder's choice, really. That will bring up Caitlin Hayslip. So the biggest jam that Reek's been in so far. 1 out, 2 on, runners at the corners for a hard-hitting Hayslip who has the ability certainly to put it out. Maybe not against this wind here today. They're covering second and trying to hold Mia Brown at second base. Just about every one of these players had significant playing time, if not started in that state championship run for the Raiders. So plenty of experience, even with some of the younger kids on this team. Show bunt. Bunted foul back. And a strike. One out. Official checking the scoreboard. We can't see it, so we know there's 1 out. Again, Caitlin Hayslip. Over to third, finds the gap. And that will score the first run of the game for Frontenac. 1-0 as Beeman is able to get in there. All started a little bit of a bobble to get her on base. They did the rest on the base pass, so now the runner is at first and second with a run scored. Brings up the number 7 hitter, the third baseman, Maddie Call. First pitch strike, catching the outside half of the plate for Reek. Hayslip with the RBI to get the scoring started. So rip down the third base line and foul. No 2 to call. And they'll get her out. So they do get plenty of base runners, but not able to get many more across. But the damage is done, 1-0. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Trojans with some work to do when we come back on Girard Sports.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow. Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Trojans lead off this fourth inning, the bottom of this fourth inning, with their 1, 2, 3 hitters. It'll be Aaron Anderson, Sarah Goebel, Emmeline Sinnekit. This one looped into shallow left field, and a leadoff single by Aaron Anderson here in the fourth inning. That is just what the doctor ordered for the Trojans, to get some scoring back, to try to answer back the one run that Frontenac scored at the top of this fourth inning. That'll bring up Sarah Goebel. This one a little bunt down. They'll go over to first, but that will move Anderson over to second base. Call a timeout, Will Frontenac, to chat about this one. Look right in and out. That little huddle. Caitlin Hayslip drove in the RBI single for the Raiders after leadoff hitter Abby Beeman had reached first on a error, and then just worked all the way around the bases. Pyle was out. Mia Brown probably got the most significant hit to get him moved around, and then Hayslip's RBI single. And now the team, the first real threat of a score. With nobody out here in this fourth inning, with a runner at second now. Long discussion really to regroup, I guess. Avery Johnson still in the circle for the Raiders, as Anderson will head back to her spot. I guess we do have one out with Goebel being thrown out. So 1 out, 1 on for Emmeline Sinnekit, power hitter. First pitch strike. I think maybe he said missed outside. So ball 1. Want to know the count for Sinnekit. Sinnekit and Johnson going at it here. Number 3 spot hitter for the Trojans. Senior leader for the Trojans as well. Trying to get one driven in. This one popped up. It looks like it will be out of play. Aaron Anderson, leadoff hitter, still at second. Sinnekit trying to bring her around and tie this ball game up here in the fourth. Missed outside ball. Oh, they get a strike. Boy, that one looked like it was a little low and away, but decidedly has a better vantage point than I do. This one into shallow. That's going to get Anderson over to third. Not quite deep enough. Now she'll look to go home perhaps, and then ball goes past. And that will allow Sinnekit to get over to second. So a runner now at third, and a runner at second base for the Trojans, and Sinnekit. I'll coach you up. It's okay. So the Trojans a real good opportunity now with 1 out and 2 on for Leah McGowan, the cleanup hitter, right in the position you'd want her to be at for the Trojans. First pitch, ball outside. Johnson's been behind a little bit here in the early going of these counts. I think that's helped a little bit, get some confidence for the Trojans, and they've really strung these at-bats out for quite a bit to give themselves a chance, and this is the best chance they've had so far. This one down, they throw down. She'll get back over to third for that throw down. This one missed, ball high. McGowan staying ahead, also certainly capable of putting one in a gap and outfield. Anything punched through is going to score, at least from Anderson, most likely from third. Syndicate at second. 1-0 lead here for the Raiders. Trojans trying to come back. That one a strike to McGowan. She had to lay off that one. This one flipped back into the backstop. Foul ball. Trojans with an equal amount of experience all the way down their lineup. I mean, some of these girls have been playing since they were freshmen and big contributors since they were freshmen. This is really a highlight opportunity for both these teams. This one back to the backstop. It will hit the backstop, so it won't be a out. And McGowan will stay alive. Runners at second and third. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. It's good at bat from McGowan. They will throw it back down to third again. It's too late. It will stay. So 2 outs with 2 on. Trojans with a good opportunity. Don't want to squander it here as we head to the number 5 spot in Eleanor Reek, the pitcher. This outside ball 1. Oh, they get a strike again. Boy, I'm off on that one. I've said that twice now. Or it looked like I thought it was going to be a ball on that outside half and low away, but she's found that spot, has Johnson. That seems to be working. Oh, 1 count to Reek. High ball 1, 1-1. A leadoff single by Aaron Anderson has given the Trojans a chance. Just don't want to leave these runs out there on the bag. 2 outs with 2 on. This one gets over it. We'll score 1. Over to third. And the Trojans are on the board. That leadoff single by Anderson was the difference. And now Girard has tied it up here in the bottom of this 4th inning, 1-0. Just doing some small ball and doing it the right way, getting moved around. Syndicate moves over to first. And Reek reaches on that single. She'll get a pinch hitter, and Bryant, or pinch runner rather, will come out there. Brings up Bailey Troike. Left fielder. We'll look down at Avery Johnson. Runner in scoring position. Bryant will look to maybe go to second. First pitch outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count for Troike. Nobody with any real significant batting statistics here in the early going of this one. Is pretty efficient in the first 3 innings for Johnson. She's given up more here in this 4th than the first 3 combined, including a run. 1-0 the count for Bailey Troike. So a missed ball high. 2-0. On deck for the Trojans is Sam Bruchin. Two 2-0 count for Troike. This one flip back. Catcher trying to make the play, not able to do so. Really going hard as Hayslip, but not able to get back there to make the play. Should go back to give it a shot. Strike on Troike. Two and one count. This one flipped over first base line, and that will end the inning. But the Trojans get the one back they needed, so we head to the fifth inning, all tied up at 1 when we return right after this on Girard Sports Live.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Recognize, build. That's the promise of Scott Co. LLC Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. Plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, Trojan gear, trophies, corporate promotional items, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Scott Co. LLC. Learn more at scottcoawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Well, leadoff out as we come back out of break for the Raiders. Leadoff hitter was Avery Johnson. She pop out to, or fly out rather, to right field. Nice play by Sarah Goebel, and one out for the Raiders in this fifth inning. It brings up Tinley Sullivan, the number 8 hitter. The flex batter here for the Raiders is Sullivan. Over to third base and foul. I've already traded off. My replacement, or my last minute cameraman, lasted an inning and a half. And now he quit or get fired. I don't know what happened. He just quit. He was just waiting for Houston McGowan, who stepped into our camera position spot. So we are fully staffed now. This outside in for Tinley Sullivan. This one over, foul down that third base line once again. Full count for Sullivan. Reek delivering. Here's the full count pitch. Hard hit ball. Deep to left field and caught by Troike. And 2 away. Trojans showing some grit really to answer back so quickly as they did in that 4th inning. Frontenac had really felt like they started to get a little bit of momentum, and the Trojans came right back and stole it back offensively. It'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Kelby Burke, the right fielder. Just missed outside. Yeah, that's about the spot to those right-handed hitters that has been pretty effective for Johnson, just in that kind of lower outside half. So flipped out and caught on the third base side, and we head to the bottom of the 5th, all knotted up at 1 when we return right after this on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Trojans at the plate. It'll be Bruchin, Riley Brooks, and Hannah Bailey for the Trojans to start the bottom of this 5th. What has already been a good one here in Girard. This will miss outside, inside ball 1. Raiders got 1 in the 4th. Trojans answered back with 1 in the 5th. This one ripped into right field, or left field rather, and 1 away for the Trojans. Bring up Brooks, Riley Brooks, the center fielder. Both teams defensively have been pretty solid. There's been a couple of drops. That run on the board for the Raiders would be probably classified as an unearned run as a player reached on an error, but all in all, pretty consistent defensively for both these squads. The pitchers have been efficient as well through 5. Brooks, little looper down the foul line. Pop back, out of play. Strike 2. 1 out. Nobody on for the Trojans. Riley Brooks. third, gonna hit and trickle out here into the outfield. And that will get one on with one out. Brooks able to drive one back at Matty Call, not able to field that one on that third base line. It was a sharply hit ball, got it knocked down. That could have been worse, certainly. Just kind of trickled into this shallow left field. And that will bring up the number 9 spot, Hannah Bailey, the second baseman. Trojans were able to get some small ball. They got one on, had 2 on with nobody out in that 4th inning where they scored the run. Try to bunt this one down. Over to first, and it can't handle it. Over to third goes Brooks. And so now runners at the corners at first and third for the Trojans here in the bottom of this 5th inning as we head back to the top of the order for Aaron Anderson. One out and 2 on now for the Trojans. For Aaron Anderson, who had a single in the 4th to get things started, she led off that 1 run and scored the run as well. Reek with the RBI single in that 4th that drove in Aaron Anderson on the score. That's why we're all tied up, and now a good opportunity for the Trojans with 1 out and 2 on. Runners on the corners. Good pitch from Johnson. Jammed her inside and high. You'd have had to get outside the box maybe to get a bat on that, but it looked probably pretty promising when it was headed her way. That one she stayed off of. Same pitch almost, and learned her lesson. Two and 1 the count for Aaron Anderson. This one, deep fly ball coming right back at us, and it is gone! A 2-run shot from Aaron Anderson. And the Trojans will wait for her to round the base. And a 2-run home run by Aaron Anderson has given the Trojans their first lead of the game. It was a 3-run shot, wasn't it? Counts herself. And 2 runners on. So a 3-run shot there by Aaron Anderson has made this one a situation for the Raiders. Certainly the Trojans trying to keep some momentum going as they now go up 3 runs here in the bottom of this 5th inning with just 1 out for Sarah Goebel, the right fielder. So miss outside ball 1. How'd that look? You felt like you got that all the way to the fence? Yeah, over the fence even. I think we got it. Looked good to me. Pretty cool vantage point seeing that ball come at it here in the cheap seats outside the fence. I know it's the cheap seats by the company I'm keeping out here, that's for sure. (3-0) the count for Goebel. Johnson perhaps rattled just a little bit with that home run shot by Anderson. So 3-0 count. Goebel likely is laying off this one. And it will miss. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. Probably a rare one from Avery Johnson. That'll bring up Emmeline Syndicate with a runner on and 1 out here in this 5th inning. First pitch miss outside. Oh, they do get a strike. That she likes that spot, and I apparently don't. That is a pitch. First pitch strike there for Syndicate. So 0-1 the count. With Goebel on first. This one flared out. just able to go down and get that one. The arm strength. They'll go over to third. She'll slide in there safe. And Cynic will come back to second. And that bat, to hit that ball where she hit it, I mean, she had to go down and hit that one off the ground. Really chased it to get it, but a flare out to right field will move the runners over. So now runners at second and third for Leah McGowan, who struck out in the fourth. And now a little time action to get rid of some equipment, I guess. So McGowan trying to get a bat on one to blow this one open here in this fifth inning. It's already been a 3-run fifth for the Trojans. Trojans answered back in the fourth to tie it. Now taking their first lead of the game here in the fifth. That one misses ball low. Johnson, who in the first real efficient first 3 innings was staying ahead in the count. She has decidedly been behind here in the last couple at-bats, and that's led to some confidence built, I think, from the Trojans. This one over to the third base line and caught, 2 away. Bring up the pitcher, Eleanor Reek. She had a single, RBI single in the fourth inning. And has pitched a pretty good game to boot from the circle. Trying to help her own cause here at the plate in this fifth. This one hit back at us. And caught. And that'll end the inning. But the Trojans get the work done in the fifth. We head to the sixth. 4-0 Trojans here on Girard Sports Live.
Hey, Mama. Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
We're in the sixth inning now here in this one, the Trojans and the Raiders. Trojans with a 3-run fifth to give them the advantage in this one. For the Raiders, it'll be the top of their order for Annie Lee. Trying to answer back after a 3-run home run by Aaron Anderson. This one flared over to the third base line and foul. Lee, the second baseman. This one ripped down the third base line, foul territory. That one was car hunting. Leadoff hitter in the sixth inning for the Raiders. This one into left field. And the catch is made by Sarah Pyle, 1 away. Sarah Goebel, 1 away. Going to bring up the number 2 spot, the center fielder, Abby Beeman. On that left side of the plate for Beeman. Pitch, strike. This one made her chase it down. A little dropper that looked right and then wasn't suddenly for Beam. An 0-2 count. The 0-2, a good spot for it for Reek. Try to get her chase one outside, and Beeman, heady player, stays off of that one. Not falling for it this time. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Some flinged here to shallow center field. The catch is made by Anderson, by Riley Brooks. And 2 away. So that's a couple in the outfield, but the outfielders have been where they need to be for the Trojans. That'll bring up the number 3 spot, Hattie Pyle. First pitch, ball 1. First baseman for the Raiders. We do have baseball going on over on behind us, also here on Girard Sports Live. So we'll see in between games if there's a little break. Happy to stay on our channel, but jump over to that other broadcast. Over to first. And they'll get it. So the Trojans will have an opportunity to add to their total without giving up any in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-0 Trojans on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go.
We head to the bottom of this 6th inning for the Trojans, an opportunity to add to their total. Which they added 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 4th. For the Trojans, coming to the plate, it'll be Bailey Troike to lead off this 6th inning. Troike with a pop out to first base in the 4th inning to end that 4th inning. Now another chat here between Hayslip and Johnson. Johnson really good, but young still, and momentum has shifted away from him. The Trojans with full complement of that right now. Miss ball high. This one strike right down Broadway against Bailey. She'd probably like to have that one back. Our outfield setup has its advantages. Want a clear look at the batter here. Ball low, and she'll walk. The one we don't have is always a very good assessment of the balls and strikes because we can't see the scoreboard. And, well, quite frankly, I'm not always paying the best attention. The runner will be at first. For Troika is a leadoff walk for Girard. Will bring up the third baseman, Sam Bruchin. She led off the over to first. They'll make the play. And one away. That does move Troika over to second. For Riley Brooks, the center fielder, she had a single. She was one of those batters that scored on the 3-run home run. Was Brooks. This one hit over here to shallow right field. And 2 away. That'll hold Troika also at second on the shallow pop fly. We go to the number 9 spot, Hannah Bailey. Second baseman also had a single, also scored a run. She'll slap hit one over that first base line, over to first, and she's out, and that's the end of the inning. We head to the top of the 7th, the last chance for the Raiders to try to get back those 3 runs. Trojans defense needs to hold. We'll see if they can do it when we return right after this on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crocan, your community technology partner.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
1-0 count here to Hattie Pyle for Raiders, and they'll get a leadoff runner. That is actually Abby Beeman. That's not right either. Let's go find out who was at the plate for the Raiders. Mia Brown will lead this one off, and she will get a leadoff single, so they'll got the runner on. And a first pitch strike to Caitlin Hayslip. Hayslip with an RBI single. Their one run came off of her at-bat in the 4th inning. Reek in the circle, giving up that leadoff single. This one flip back, foul. Runner at first. For Caitlin Hayslip. So flip back as well, missed underneath the pitch from Reek. Strike 2. I will promise you this, between games, I'm going to fix this close-up shot here where it's not going to be quite as bouncy, in case anybody's had to take their Dramamine here in game number 1. That one foul. Man, what a beautiful place this has become. It's always been a nice little spot. I played a lot of games at these fields out here over the years, and boy, I never could have imagined they'd ever look like this. But man, what an investment in the community, and what a gorgeous place to play some softball on a sun-splashed Monday afternoon in the great towns in America. Foul ball again. Hayslip making Reek work for it. Covered seating, press box. You don't find that almost anywhere. I've been to a lot of ball fields over the last 20 years of doing this. It's about as good as it gets for high school girls softball. Ought to be a host of state championships here. It is better than the alternative, and that's about all I'll say about that. Certainly from a facility standpoint, it's the best you can get. Hayslip still working. This one driven deep to left field and caught by Troike. She'll hold the runner at first as well. And after a long at-bat, not able to deliver as Hayslip, she'll fly out to left field. That'll bring up Maddie Call. Brown remains on first base. Maddie Call, the third baseman, will come to the plate. Swing and a miss. Good effort out here by Brown. She slides in, but foul ball. One out, one on for the Raiders. Here in the bottom of this, or top rather, of this seventh inning, their last real shot. Trojans grabbing that lead on a 3-run home run by Aaron Anderson in the fifth inning. That has been the difference now in this one. Oh, what a snag. Over to first. And got her. What a play. From the shortstop spot, a beautiful effort for the Trojans. Anderson, well, I think we could probably name her MVP as she ends this game on a snag and a double up and won it with the bat with the 3-run home run in the fifth inning, and that's how this one will end. 4-1, Trojans get game number 1 here at home against the Frontenac Raiders. We'll take a brief intermission here. We'll come back, get our things resettled. We'll come back, get things started for game number 2. Right after this, Trojans win the first one, 4-1. You saw it here on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Store has a great selection of
Raiders able to score 2 on a 2-run home run by Logan Myers. We're back for the final home inning of the Trojans. When we come back, they're trailing 6-0. You're watching Trojan Baseball on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7300.
For a cold strike. Challenge these hitters here. So the Raiders have played a 2 this inning.
Welcome back out here to Red Woodkey Ballpark. Home with the Girard Trojans. See that score of the last game we just had a moment ago, with the Trojans get the win 4-1 over the Frontenac Raiders in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Today a big one with some CNC implications for sure. And the Trojans take the first one to set the tone for a opportunity to get the sweep here against the Raiders, but it's a new game and a new situation that the Trojans find them in as we lead off the top of this first inning for the Raiders. And leading it off, it will be I got a starting lineup from the press box. Coach told me that was new. It was the exact same. I'm leery of whether or not I got the right one. So we're going to figure this out as we come along here. First pitch over to first, and a leadoff single for the Raiders. That was Matty Lejadas. Lejadas got the first leadoff single, so far we are right on. That'll bring up the number 2 spot, the second baseman, Annie Lee. We did fix our wobble just a little bit. The new pitcher for the Trojans, everything else stays the same in their lineup, but they will bring in Sydney Hessong to pitch. Eleanor Reek did a nice job in game number 1 to get the win for the Trojans. She's earned her break. She'll be the designated hitter in game number 2, and the runner able to get over to second was Lejadas. And Hessong will go back to work on Lee. And over to second, knocked down. Runner looked to go home. Throws it home, got her. Play at the plate, and a nice headsy play there. A little bit bobbled at the second base spot, but able to get that one to get that leadoff runner. Remember that play right there. That one could spell to be a big one to get some momentum going for the Raiders, but instead they move them over and get the play at the plate. That will give Lee the single, but go to the number 3 spot, and Abby Beeman, the center fielder. One out, nobody, or one on. First pitch ball. Runner will go over. Runner will make it to second. 1-0 count for Beeman. This one over to right field and played by Sarah Goebel, and 2 away. Runner does move over, or actually runner back at second. And another one played out there, deep play from the second baseman, and they retire the side. Trojans are up next when we return right after this on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crocan.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Scottco LLC Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. Plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, Trojan gear, trophies, corporate promotional items, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Scottco LLC. Learn more at scottcoawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Starting lineups in this one brought to you by our good friends at the Jagged Edge. Trojans look to start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style that you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins will have you looking your very best for the next big game. Make an appointment by calling 620-724-7500 for the Trojans. Again, it'll be Aaron Anderson at shortstop, batting first, Sarah Goebel in right field, Emmeline Sinek at first baseman, Leah McGowan's the catcher, Eleanor Reek, the designated hitter, Bailey Troike, the left fielder, Sam Bruchin, the third baseman, Riley Brooks, center fielder, and Hannah Bailey batting ninth and the second baseman. We out in the field, Lajadis is the left fielder, Annie Lee, second baseman, Abby Beeman, center fielder, Hattie Pyle, first base, Mia Brown at shortstop, Caitlin Hayslip at catcher, Maddie Call at third base, Avery Johnson, the pitcher, and Kelby Burke, the right fielder for the Raiders. Starting line is brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Lead off for the Trojans will be Aaron Anderson, certainly the MVP of game number 1. Anderson with a 3-run home run in the 5th inning to give the Trojans the advantage, and then a snag at shortstop and a double play back over to first to end the game. I mean, just not much better day for Anderson you could have had. Game-winning home run and a game-winning defensive play is about as good as it gets. She'll try to lead them off here, and Johnson will blow right past her. Avery Johnson started out really good the first game and really did pitch a good game, only giving up those 4 runs, but I've seen her be dominant. I was at the state tournament out there this last year, and she was dominant. But the Trojans found her in the 4th, got a run across on an RBI single by Eleanor Reek. And then in the 5th, the 3-run home run by Anderson proved to be the difference for the Trojans in the first game. So trying to make it a sweep here in the early going of this one, getting going. First batter for the Trojans here in the bottom of the first inning, no outs. Hit right back off the pitcher's hand. Didn't really help him that way. And she will make it to first. Hard hit, and probably if instinct doesn't kick in there for Johnson and put her glove out there, it would have probably been a lot better, easier play for the Raiders, but alas, lucky for the Trojans, not the case, and a leadoff single by Anderson. Sarah Goebel, the right fielder, gonna bunt over, pops that one up, nearly played, they go back to first, and she's able to get over there and underneath it, right in front of the Raider bench. They didn't like it. Well, 1 out. The pop up on the bunt. Last thing you really want to do in that situation, get it in the air trying to keep it down, but it's a round stick with a round ball. Anything can happen. Now bring up the number 3 spot. Emmeline Sinek, 1 out, 1 on for the Trojans. Sharply hit ball. Straight backwards. Strike 1. Sinek a big part of that 5th inning. Foul territory. Out to the corner. Nice work by our camera operator, Houston McGowan, out here helping us, stepping up big today when BJ didn't play in well enough. Game time decision, weren't you? It worked out. Small town America, you send out a couple text messages and suddenly you've got employees. That's how it works. Missed outside. 2-1 the count. Runner at first for the Trojans. 1 out for Emmeline Syndicate. Low. Nice job by Syndicate to stay off that one. They did throw down. 2 first. Two count. This one hit over too short, over to second. They do get the lead runner, but Syndicate does reach. So 2 outs with still 1 on now with Syndicate standing on first. For the number 4 spot, the catcher Leah McGowan. Out. Got that outside edge once again, I believe. Well, 1 count for McGowan. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That one missed low. Runner's going to go. They'll get her. Probably ill-advised there. That wasn't. It looked like it might have been a hard ball for the catcher, but Syndicate was going with those 2 outs, and that's how this one will end. We head to the second inning, 0-0, much like we did in the first. We'll be back right after this on Girard Sports Live.
Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Here we go to the top of the second inning here. The Trojans and the Raiders today on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris, Houston McGowan back here at Red Lucky Ballpark in Girard. For the Raiders, leading it off, it will be Mia Brown, the shortstop. Wind picking up just a little bit. Sydney Hessong into the pitching spot for the Trojans, working out of that circle. 1-0 count for Brown. This ball high, 2-0. Three straight balls from Hessong to start this second inning. You saw how it worked for the Trojans. I mean, that one play, kind of that one big hit, the difference. That's what you're dealing with these two teams. So you can't really have much of a slip-up anywhere. That's all it took for the Raiders. And a well-placed ball and a well-hit ball by Anderson that proved to be the difference in game number 1. And now with the leadoff walk to start the second. And the Raiders, with their experience and certain talent, they've can take advantage of any opportunity you give them. Did not in the first game, as Hayslip shows bunt. Boy, they throw down. McGowan, I think about halfway through that throw, thought, boy, she's a lot further off than I thought. I'd like to go to first and split the difference. Hayslip the batter for the Raiders, catcher. She had the one RBI single. There's a little bunt. And they let it go foul, just barely. I mean, to the point where they had to stand there and watch it. A leadoff walk by Mia Brown. Runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the second inning for the Raiders for Caitlin Hayslip. She'll lay that bunt down once again. Over to first base, and can't make the play. Runner will go to third. And now runners at the corners with the drop ball there at first base. As Brown moves over to third. A pinch run for Hayslip, the catcher. This one a little bunt down first, over to first. Try to go back home, and the Raiders will put one on the board here in the second inning, as they were able to move the runner, Brown, all the way home. Still no outs. Also, this call was able to get that RBI single. And now a little conversation with Coach Benzie and the girls. Try to work this one out. Missed our first pitch, but the first pitch today, as all the beginnings of every one of our broadcasts over the years, has been brought to you by our longtime supporters at Lorette Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Lorette Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece, or sign up for classes at Lorette Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. Brings up Avery Johnson, the pitcher for the Raiders. With runners at the corners. Still. Pinch runner for Hayslip at third base. Is Madrina Shea. There's a bunt. Nowhere to go with it. No decision from Hessong. But did not score the run, however. But she will reach with a single. Will Johnson. That'll bring up the number 9 spot, Kelby Burke, right fielder. They're in a pinch run for the pitcher. Will the Raiders switch out Johnson? She makes her way to the dugout for Ella Sullivan. And Burke will step back in. It's been a good second inning for the Raiders. First pitch strike, move the runner over to second base. So now runners at second and third with one out, or no outs rather, here in this second inning. This one back all the way here. Caught in center field. They'll try to play at home. They will get a runner home. And 2 runs here in the second. One out. Nice job by center fielder for the Trojans, Riley Brooks, to get the one. Now runner on third. We head back to the top of the order for Matty Lejadas. First adversity, real adversity of the day for the Trojans. They did fall behind 1-0 in the first game, but got it right back as they came to the bat. So they'll have their work cut out for them here. They go home with it, and there's no play at home necessarily, no force. And that will put Lejadas on at first. She easily steps into first. That song needs to settle in just a little bit. Runners at the corners with one away here in the second. This one pop up. And a two away, I guess there was. And that's how we'll go to the bottom of the second. Trojans, I lost track of an out there somewhere along the way. Trojans with some work ahead of them when we return right after this on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Trojans look to lead off this second inning with Leah McGowan. She'll come out here to shallow center field. Up to make the play is Beeman and one away. So one out with nobody on here for Reek, the designated hitter. First pitch, ball high, 1-0. One-0 count to Reek. 2-run score for the Raiders in the top of the second inning. RBI single by Maddie Call and an RBI sac fly by Kelby Burke. Drives in the 2 runs. It were a leadoff walk by Mia Brown and a single by Hayslip to come in that second inning. Ball low, very low. Johnson in the circle for the Raiders. Reek taking all the way on that pitch. Strike one. 3-1 the count. One out, nobody on. Take again, strike two, 3-2. Probably would like to have that one back. You do have baseball going on. I think they're in between games over there, but this one will likely be done before. We'll be able to flip over to some Girard baseball. Here's Reek, foul back. The remaining 3-2. Jess Murphy, Cooper Grand with the call across the way behind us. Raiders got the first one, it looked like, in that one. Girls took care of their business here for the Trojans. 4-1 win in game number 1. Here's a 3-2. Reek. Pop up in the infield made by Johnson. And 2 away. Going to bring up Bailey Troike, the left fielder. Two outs. First pitch strike to Troike. 0-1 to count. Troike, pop up out of play. 0-2 remains the count. Ball low. 2-2 the count for Bailey Troike. Trying to get something out, a 2-out rally going here in this second inning. It's outside, ball 3, 3-2 the count. Get those rallies started any time. It's the heart of the Troike, Bruchin, Brooks still to come, hopefully, with 2 outs. Johnson's starting to settle in a little bit. Need to get her rattle. Here's a 3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck her out to end the inning. First strikeout of the game for Johnson, but we head to the third. Trojans back out on defense when we return right after this on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crockett.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Head to the third inning. And first one going to roll all the way to the field on the leadoff double by Abby Beeman on the very first pitch. So Raiders lead off with a good one and a leadoff double by Beeman here to left center field. This one hangs outside, ball 1 to the number 4 hitter, Hattie Pyle. Fly out to second in her first at-bat in the first inning. Same spot for Hesson, just missed outside. Sydney Hesson back in the circle here to start the third inning for the Trojans. This one hit over here into the little bit of a gap. Hard charging is Goebel. She'll make the play. Looking into the sun for us, and nice good job by Goebel to get one away here in the third inning. That'll bring up Mia Brown. Shortstop. She led off that 2-run second with a walk. Got scored a run as well as that leadoff hitter. 1 out, nobody on. Or 1 out, 1 on rather. As Beeman had a leadoff double in this third. She stands at second base. So you're exiting your frame right there. 1-1 the count for Brown. This outside ball, 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Hessong. Low ball. There goes Beeman over to third. And she'll get there easily with a runner in scoring position now for Brown. This outside ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Mia Brown in the last 2 innings. It'll bring up Caitlin Hayslip, a single, scored a run as well. Now a chit-chat here with Coach Vinzi for Hessong, and the youngster just didn't quite have it here in this one, in this very tough. Hessong, the senior, will defer to the other singer, Reek, I believe, will come in to try to settle things down now with runners at the corners with 1 out here in the third inning. Reek will begin to warm up for the Trojans. Got a pitching change, we'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Back out of the pitching change. Eleanor Reek will go into the circle for the Trojans. With Caitlin Hayslip, they'll throw down. And a runner will move over and a runner will score. Dangerous play all the way around, and it did not go well for the Trojans. So 1 scores here for the Trojans. Will go back to the task at hand with Hayslip in the batter's box. She'll flip one back foul. One out, one on now with a run scoring just a moment ago with Beeman crossing the plate after the leadoff double. Now they'll go to third. She'll hold on to it, Will McGowan. And now a runner at third with 1 out. Trojans need to settle in just a little bit in this third inning. 2-run. Hayslip making her work for it here. Sharply hit third base line. And foul, it'll stay. Slip still in there. Got her. Nice little drop ball. Come back inside on her. A standing strikeout. And 2 away now here in this third inning. That'll bring up Maddie Call with an RBI single in the second. Runner still at third. First pitch strike, a good one. Real similar to the one a moment ago that struck out Hayslip. Pinch runner over on third. The 0-1. This ball, good job by McGowan to stay behind on that one. That squeezes through. That's got a real good chance to score the runner. Mia Brown. Browner reached with a walk, trying to score her second run via that way. Just miss outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Time taken by call. Miss ball high. 3-1 the count. Three-one count to Maddie Call. Rake delivers. Ripped into deep left field. She lost it in the sun and it bounced over. It'll be a ground roll double by Maddie Call. And it will score a run as well. Her second RBI of the game for the Raiders. As that one bounced off. I guess that's a advantage to the turf. Some of those maybe would have been, that could have been a triple likely. Instead, with that bouncy turf, bounces over the fence, but the Raiders add another one here in the third. First pitch ball, 1-0. For the number 8 spot, the pitcher Avery Johnson, who had a single in the second. So coming our way. Caught by the center fielder, and that'll retire the side. But the Trojans have dug themselves a little bit of a hole. 4-0 Raiders as we head to the bottom of the third inning. You're watching on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
4-0 as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Trojans in their biggest jam they found themselves in today. Game number 1, Girard fell behind 1-0, then came back right away, tied it in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Made it 1-1 in the fifth inning. The bottom half, they tacked on 3 more on a 3-run home run by their shortstop, Aaron Anderson. That it was the difference as the Trojans win it 4-1 in game number 1, but now down by 4 runs here as we head to the bottom of the third inning. For Girard, leading off, it'll be the third baseman, Sam Bruchin, then center fielder Riley Brooks, second baseman, Hannah Bailey. So Girard's got some work ahead of him here in this third inning. Well, that's the problem. Again, Bruchin, her first at-bat here of this game in this third inning. Just try to get a little bit going. You don't have to get it all back right now. Just get some base runners and earn it. First pitch high from Johnson, 1-0. Trojans make a pitching change in the third inning as well to go back to Eleanor Reek, who pitched a good game, a 1-run win in game number 1. Ball 2. Bruchin, the third baseman's had a couple of nice plays defensively here today as well. Now trying to do it with the stick. She'll flare this one. First base side and foul. Strike 1. You look at the Trojan bench and the hometown crowd there. 2-1. Off the first base line and caught. 1 away. That'll bring up the center fielder, Riley Brooks. First plate appearance in game number 2. Hard foul ball back at the catcher, strike 1. Want to know the count here for Riley Brooks. This one lined here into shallow center field. She'll get on base with a 1-out single for the Trojans. They get those base runners, a sharply hit ball. Get things started for Girard. It brings up Hannah Bailey, the second baseman. Seabrooks there on first. Over to Bailey. So 1 out, 1 on for the Trojans for Hannah Bailey. She'll try to slap hit one down first base line. That'll be an easy out that will move the runner over to second. So that moves Bailey over to second. We'll go back to the top of the order for Aaron Anderson at a leadoff single to begin this game. One of just 2 base runners for the Trojans here in game number 2. First pitch missed, ball outside. Two outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning. This one hit high in the air over to the side. They do go for it, try to make the play, cannot do so. Just the way it is right now. Anything hit to that right field is going to be a nice little shine on it from that giant orange ball in the sky. Bailey right back at it. She'll get one into right field. The runner will move and score. As Brooks takes her single and turns it into a run. And it's an RBI single by Aaron Anderson. For Anderson, that's her 4th RBI of the game, or of the day rather. And the Trojans are on the board here in the 3rd. Back brings up Sarah Goebel. Trojan gets one here in this 3rd inning. Just got to keep on chopping wood. It just took that start by Anderson. Back to the pitcher, mishandled, over to first, and she's able to make the play, and that's the end of the inning. Trojans get one back in the 3rd. We head to the top of the 4th when we're back right after this on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Family owned and operated, G&N Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&N Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&N Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Looking in there at the Trojan huddle as they break before this fourth inning. Just really now trying to limit the damage, have your defense. Get Reek settled in there. Wasn't necessarily expecting to pitch this game, and obviously always ready, but start off this with the pitcher, Avery Johnson. No. Please, Kelby Burke, the number 9 hitter, lead off this fourth inning. She'll take a strike outside half of the plate, 1-1 the count for Burke. Swing and a miss on the 1-1 pitch. 1-2 now the count for Burke. Head back to the top of the order for the Raiders for Maddie Lejadas, Annie Lee, Abby Beeman, 1, 2, 3. This one hit over to first. Nice play from Anderson. Number 9 in the middle of your screen there. And one away. That'll bring up Maddie Lejadas. Back to the top of the order. Reek, the delivery. This ball low. Pitching super important, obviously, in this this particular sport. If you get a couple of pitchers that can deal, or at least one real ace, then you got a chance. Trojans, both teams have them. This time it is Reek. They'll lay down a bunt over to first, and she'll make it safe on a bunt single. Bring up Annie Lee, second baseman. 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch strike to Lee. One out, one on here in the top of the fourth inning for the Raiders. Reek to deliver. High pit runner goes. And she'll get underneath the tag. So move the runner over to second. For Annie Lee. This one flared over to right field. The runner, see if they decide to go at third, she'll stay. And so Lee will reach on a single to right field. So now runners at the corners with one out for Abby Beeman. A fly out to right field and then a double to lead off that 3-run third. Runner will move over to second. So now runner at second, runner at third for Abby Beeman. One out. This one sharply hit over to foul territory. It will stay foul. Long strike. Just missed inside. Pretty good pitch placement for Eleanor Reek. Not going to get the benefit on that one. Lost track of what the count is. So pop-up foul.
The score is 4-1.
The count. Well, I can kind of see him there. 2-2? 2-2 count. You can turn that scoreboard my way just a little bit more, it'd be perfect. Swing and a miss, got her swinging. Nice job to battle back for Reek. Was behind in that count, a pretty good chunk. The foul balls kept going and then comes back with a strikeout. Her first of the game. And 2 away with 2 on for Hattie Pyle. This one hit to shallow center field, and the Trojans able to get out of the jam after having 2 runners on for the Raiders. Trojans leave them stranded. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Girard down by 3 when we come back right after this on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Trojans will lead off this bottom of the 4th inning with Emmeline Sinek at the first baseman. She reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning before the Anderson was eventually thrown out. Sinek trying to get him started here in the 4th. She will. Over to the 3rd baseline. Into left field. A leadoff single by Emmeline Sinek. Just what the doctor ordered here in this 4th. Trojans have shown their ability to reach the pitcher Avery Johnson when they've needed to. They trailed once here today and then trailed them once in the first game and have trailed the entire second game so far. First pitch strike to the number 4 hitter Leah McGowan. She flew out to center field in the 2nd to lead off the 2nd inning for the Trojans. Show bunt. McGowan popped that one up. Easily caught by Hayslip. The bunt game for the Trojans, probably a weak spot we've seen so far. They have not been able to execute that very well. And 1 out. Well, that'll bring up the pitcher, Eleanor Reek. Designated hitter to start this game. Moved in that pitcher spot. She popped out to the pitcher. This high ball 1. She has certainly settled them down just a little bit after entering into the pitcher's circle. This ball 2. 2-0 the count to Reek. This one hit. Back they go over to right field to make the play, and 2 away. Syndicate still at first base. Going to bring up Bailey Troike. Troike a strikeout to end the second. It's a good pitch by Johnson to get her standing. First pitch strike to Troike. Pretty good softball being played here today. Fundamental, defensive, swing and a miss, and pretty good pitchers all the way around there. Troike looks at an 0-2 count. 2 outs at the bottom of the 4th. Syndicate remains at first with that leadoff single, now with 2 outs. Just trying to get moved over. Troike's had the power to get it out of here if she gets a hold of one. The wind has died down just a little bit, actually considerably. Could just be all the people who have gathered in here. What a great support for a high school softball game. I've done about 8 games so far this spring, and there's more people here combined than all the ones I've been to combined probably. Which is awesome. Troike trying to make her work for it here a little bit with 2 away. Still staying alive, a little foul tip. Two of the best coached teams probably in Southeast Kansas as well. This one over to right field, but it will go foul. Jim Vinzi, the head coach of the Girard Trojans. I just lost Coach Cassie Bush. Yeah, that's not her name. Lost her last name now off the top of my head. I'll go find it. And a looking strikeout, the second of the game for the Trojans and for Bailey Troike. And so we head to the 5th inning. Trojans still with some work ahead of them. Got to play defense, keep it where it is, 4-1 as we head to the 5th right after this on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates
to take
you,
a 6-0
so you can
lead
apply
here in
it
the
to
top.
your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Here we head into the 5th inning. 4-1 Raiders. Mia Brown to lead things off. And Goebel flies in there once again to make the play. 1-1 in the top of the 2nd inning behind us on the baseball side of things. 1-1 in the top of the 2nd. Over there, you can catch that on Girard Sports Live as well. We got 2 games going on one channel. It's the first time that's ever happened. In now our 6th year, I believe, of covering Trojan athletics here on Girard Sports Live. Tremendous support from this amazing community, and we are super thankful and looking forward to another one coming up 2023-2024. Still got some work to do here in the spring. This one popped back again. Hayslip, the catcher, a single in the second, strikeout in the third. 1-3 came in. This one popped up. And Reek makes the play. 2 away. That'll bring up the third baseman, Matty Call. RBI single in the second. And a ground rule double RBI in the third. She'll look down this one right now, the sophomore. First pitch just missed outside, ball 1. This one missed ball low. 2-0. Two-0 count to Matty Call. Reek trying to settle back in here with 2 outs. This one hit to center field. Over to make the play is Riley Brooks, and 3 outs means the inning is over. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Trojans need to get going offensively when we return, down 4-1 on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Girard trailing 4-1, but some offensive opportunities coming their way right now as they'll lead off with Sam Baruchin, the third baseman. Pop out in her first at-bat. Riley Brooks, center fielder, and Hannah Bailey. In the bottom of this 5th inning. Steele working against Avery Johnson, the pitcher, who's doing a nice job for the Raiders inside the circle. But we saw how quick it happened. The Trojans, it was a 3-run home run by Aaron Anderson that blew this game open and got the win in game number 1. And so that's all they're apart right now. So just a couple of base runners can really change things dramatically in a high school softball game. And we'll try to get it started first with Sam Baruchin. Over to third, over to first. What happened? I think a hitter coming out of home plate. Could be a foul ball. Fortunate foul ball. Coach come over to figure out. Nope, they're going to say it was an out. Not exactly sure what happened there, but it's an out. That'll bring up Riley Brooks, the center fielder. Single in the third. One of just 3 base runners the Trojans have had here. Now there's more than that now, 4. So Riley Brooks, I believe she scored the run. Yes, she did on the RBI single by Aaron Anderson. Anderson with 4 RBI in this doubleheader so far. First pitch strike to Brooks. A pretty good stickler for English usually. The RBI just sounds weird. I just want to say RBIs. Down the first base line. Does it stay fair? I think it does. And she's on the bag with a 1-out single for Riley Brooks. It'll bring up the number 9 hitter, second baseman, Hannah Bailey. She had a sack ground out to move the runners over. She actually moved her over to get her in scoring position, so the single by Anderson was a run. That's how we got that on the board here. So 1 out with 1 on for Hannah Bailey. This one will drop in there. A fortunate bounce of the ball to hit right in the middle of that defense. It was like a swinging bunt, but it got right where it needed to be. And now runners at first and second with 1 away. As we go back to the top of the order for Aaron Anderson. Boy, this sounds about right. Kind of set this up coming into this inning. Didn't think it would get to this point. I hoped it did, and now it is. Aaron Anderson, the leadoff hitter with 2 on. She will loop this one into left field, and that's where it will stay. Runners will have to hold. And boy, she got a hold of another good one, but just couldn't quite get enough on it. 2 away. That'll bring up Sarah Goebel, the right fielder. Pop-up bunt in the first inning, and was it called out in the third? First pitch strike, 0-1. Brooks on second, Bailey on first for Sarah Goebel. High ball 1. Sarah Goebel. This one charging in left field to make the play. And that's the end of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th inning, 4-1. Trojans trail the Raiders here on Girard Sports.
Hey, Mama. Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Head to the top of the 6th inning. For the Raiders, it'll be the pitcher Avery Johnson leading out, a single in the second, called out in the 3rd inning. She'll try to lead off the 6th, up by 3 runs. Although 3-0 the count to Avery Johnson. She'll take this one all the way. Reek will step in there to deliver. Strike when you need one, you got one. Three 3-1 count for Avery Johnson. Ooh, just missed the top side of the zone. Apparently, ball 4 and a walk. They'll bring up the number 9 hitter, right fielder Kelby Burke. Sack fly RBI for Burke in the second. Ground out to shortstop in the 4th. Now with 1 on with nobody out in the 6th. Try to bunt, strike. 0-1. Try to bunt again. A foul bunt. It'll be strike 2. 0-2 the count now to Burke, trying to move that runner over, which is a pinch runner now for the pitcher. It was 1-1 to the bottom of the second over on baseball a moment ago when I checked. 0-2 count. Miss high, ball 1. This one pop up, coming our way into center field. Underneath to make the play is Brooks, and one away. Go back to the top of the order for Maddie Lajardis. Lajardis single, and a bunt single, so 3 for 3 on the day for Lajardis as she'll step in there against Reed. With 1 out. Show bunt. Good pitch down the middle. They throw down. And would have had her, but just couldn't quite handle. It was a nice throw down by Leah McGowan. Well, that will move the runner over to second. This one flipped down the third base line and foul. 0-2 the count to Lajardis. Runner at second with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Go down to third, nobody covered. Miscommunication there by the Trojans and an easy stolen base for the pinch runner. And back to the task at hand now with Lajardis with a 1-2 count. So bunt over to first. That will score a run, and so added run here in the 6th inning. Not ideal for the Trojans. They'll tack on one more. And another bunt single, or sack bunt rather. That'll be the number 2 hitter, Annie Lee. 2 for 3 on the day for Lee. 2 outs in this 6th. Over to third, over to first, and the out is recorded. 1 run scores in the 6th. The Trojans come up at the bottom of the inning when we return right after this on Girard Sports Line.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Here we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Trojans with some work ahead of them, down by 4 runs as we head into the later parts of this game. You'll lead it off with Emmeline Sinnekit. 1 for 2 with the fielder's choice sprinkled in there, so she started to find the ball a little bit here in game number 2. This one flipped back and out of play, strike 1. Fielder's choice in the 1st inning, a single to lead off the 4th rather. Here we are in the 6th. Over to 3rd, over to 1st, and 1 away. Going to bring up the catcher, Leah McGowan. Fly out to center field. Pop-up bunt in the 4th for McGowan. Wind's starting to pick up again. I mentioned a moment ago it was not too shabby, and now here it comes again. Apologize for the shaky camera. One on the count for McGowan with 1 away in the 6th. Two and 1 the count for Leah McGowan. Right down the middle for McGowan. She'd like to have that one back perhaps. Johnson continues to deal inside the circle. They have their ace in Frontenac for sure. 2-2. Ripped right back at her. Hopefully she's not injured as Johnson protect herself. See some concern there from the Raiders, but she seems to be okay initially anyways. It's kind of a scary moment for Johnson. Smiles all around, which is usually pretty good sign. Any good. Opportunity for the Trojans as well as McGowan will reach on that single back to the pitcher. So 1 on with 1 out for Eleanor Reek, designated hitter / now pitcher. She'll pop out to the pitcher to fly out to right field in her 2 at-bats. She'll step into the batter's box for the Trojans. Trojans need a little bit of a rally here. Missed outside, ball 1. Trying to protect herself a little bit. Jammed her on the inside. Strike 1. 1-1 the count now to Reek. A little bit of a dribbler back over to first. They'll go. That will move the runner over to second. And Leah McGowan. That'll bring up Bailey Troike. Troike has unfortunately had the distinction of ending 2 innings, the 2nd and the 4th with strikeouts. She needs to get something else going now with a runner at second base. Inside the Trojan dugout. Over to first is empty. Right down the middle for Troike. Strike 1 on the outside edge. A 1-1 the count to Troike. This one flipped back, foul, out of play. Strike 2. That sun sets. It's going to get downright chilly out here. I hope not. This one flipped down, foul again on the right field side. This one popped up. Too shallow, short. And over to make the play, and that's the end of the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th inning, 5-1, Raiders in front. See if the Trojans can make the stop and get some offense going to the bottom of the 7th to get the sweep. They got the win earlier in game 1. See what they got going to the 7th here from Girard on Girard Sports Live.
3 years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Part of the order coming up for the Raiders, the 3-4-5 for Abby Beeman, the number 3 spot. She will lead things off. Beeman with a fly out to right field, a double, and a strikeout in the 4th. Flip this one back, foul, strike 1. Sun starting to drop in the sky to our west. Everybody's west, I guess. It's the direction the sun drops, so. Allegedly. Beeman the batter for the Raiders. 1 for 3 on the day so far. This one over to first. Syndicate, an easy step on the bag and 1 away. Brings up Hattie Pyle, the first baseman. 0 for 3 for Pyle. First pitch, ball low, 1-0. There's some work going on back behind us. Looks like some Pee Wee baseball draft happening back here. High stakes Little League player pickup. Hattie Pyle up. 1 out, nobody on. This outside ball. Eleanor Reek has pitched a really good game. Just giving up 2 runs in her time. Out there and really just, on the get day, she did give up 2 runs here in this one. One of them was not hers. That time trying to come back, that little dropper, just not able to get it across. And 3-1 the count now to Hattie Pyle. When the Raiders have had base runners, they've been a pretty good job of getting them across. It's taken some work, but been effective. That one right back at her on the 3-1, 3-2. Reek has done a nice job when she has fallen back in counts of battling back to at least get it to full, and then kind of anything can happen at that point. This one flared over to first base. Syndicate is going to defend this one on her own. She'll catch that pop out. And 2 away now in this 7th inning. Giving yourself a chance. Got to keep it as close as this. Don't let it get any further. That'll bring up the number 5 spot. Mia Brown. Walk, and a fly out. First pitch strike to Brown. 0-1 count. Right back at her. Not sure about that one. I didn't have to. I heard myself. 1-1 the count now to Brown. This one looped into this gap over here. See that? Try to hold her at second. Oh, boy. Almost did. Hit the fence and another double. In this one, a one-out double by Brown. Or rather, a two-out double by Brown. We'll bring up Caitlin Hayslip. Hayslip, a single, strikeout, and a pop-out. So 1 for 3 on the day for Hayslip. Dismissed low, ball 1. Want to know the count for Hayslip. This ball high. And with just 2 outs, or with these 2 outs, just trying to get out of here and give yourself only 4 runs to make up, at least to try to force extra innings. This one hit back over to short, over to first. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. Trojans have a chance. They need 4 runs. We'll see if they can get it when we return right after this. On your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Scottco LLC Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. Plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, Trojan gear, trophies, corporate promotional items, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Scottco LLC. Learn more at scottcoawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Well, here we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Girard Trojans with some work ahead of them as they're down by 4 runs going into this final chance for them in regulation anyways. And it'll be Bruchin, Brooks, and Bailey. 3 Bs coming to the plate for the Trojans. Sam Bruchin, pop out, and a ground out. Brooks, RBI single, and a single in the 5th inning, so 2 for 2 for Brooks. And then Bailey has a ground out sack and a to move the batter over, and a single as well. So the bottom part of the order has gotten on base for the Trojans, and that's all you need right now. Base runners with no outs would be ideal to give yourself a shot here in the bottom of this 7th inning. Sun setting on the day, perhaps the sun setting on the Trojans here in this second game. They got a Game 1 win, 4-1 over the Raiders earlier this afternoon, and now looking to try to come back in this one. And she'll start ahead in the count 2-0. Sam Bruchin at the plate. Off to the third base line, it'll stay foul. First strike, 2-1. With this doubleheader today with baseball and softball, we'll have a little break here. We've kind of front-loaded our schedule. We do expect to be here for regionals. Over to make the play is Brown. And 1 away. Trojans just with 2 outs remaining in this one. So we've run in a lot of our coverage. We'll look to maybe pick up 1 more here before the end of the season in regionals, but we do have full expectation to be here to cover those games, and that should be some high-stakes energy as well right back at this beautiful facility, and we'll have a nice setup for you to cover that. We'll see what happens with baseball as well. So starting to get to the end of our coverage year for Girard Sports Live. Continuing to be amazed. Our viewership is number one across all of our 8 schools that we work with, and certainly the support from the community is number one as well. And we do not take that for granted one little bit. One away, nobody on for the Trojans. For Riley Brooks, 2 for 2 on the day. Take a strike. 2-1 the count to Brooks. Missed inside, 3-1. Again, need base runners. Probably taken here, the right pitch, maybe swinging away, but she'll flip this one back, foul. It was a good pitch to hit, just missed it. 3-2. This one over to the shortstop, over to make the play at first, and 2 away. Trojans down to their final out here in game number 2. Pop foul back out of play for the number 9 hitter, Hannah Bailey. Into the lineup and perhaps into the day for the Trojans. Just got to get a 2-out rally going. Pretty big hole you find yourself in against a really good team of the Frontenac Raiders. Down by 4 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bailey with a ground out and a single, 1 for 2. Over to short, over to first, and that's how we'll end this one. A split today between the Raiders and the Trojans. Girard wins game number 1, 4-1, and the Raiders win game number 2, 5-1. Pretty good softball around. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and wrap things up here from Girard. The Trojans and the Raiders today here on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Back out here to Red Watkie Ballpark in Girard Home of the Trojans. Trojans split here today on the softball side of things, 1-1. They win the first one 4-1, lose the second one 5-1. A 3-run home run by Aaron Anderson in the 5th inning proved to be the difference in game number 1. It was 1-1. Trojans trailed 0-1. They tied it up 1-1 with an RBI single by Eleanor Reek in the 4th inning. And then in the 5th inning, come back in a 3-run home run by Aaron Anderson. Gave him a 4-1 lead. Anderson had a double play at shortstop with a catch and a throw out at first in the game as well. So certainly our MVP of that game. But in game number 2, the Raiders do come back, and another good pitching performance by Avery Johnson. She really settled in. They found her in the first game, never really got a much momentum going in the second game. It was really a dominant performance by Johnson to win that one 5-1. And so the Trojans split here with the Raiders. We do have baseball still going on Girard Sports Live, so at your convenience, go over there and check that out as you will, as Jess Murphy and Cooper Grand on the call across the way. They're in the midst of that game. Last I checked, it was a pretty good one. Trojans lead at 4-1 to the top of the 5th inning. Go finish up your evening with Girard Sports Live over on the baseball diamond. For Houston McGowan, I'm BJ Harris saying so long from Girard. The Trojans split today with the Raiders. You watch it all on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.